Hello everyone, just thought I'd stop by and create a video updating you all on my current stock portfolio. As you can see, our total gains from 4,000 initial investment, we gained up to a total of $22,060.35. Today in the day we didn't trade at all because there were tons of earning calls on the Nasdaqs that I wasn't too unsure about, and I didn't want to take that risk. Within the week, we already made around $390. You can see this flat line here. That means shows that I sold out of all my stocks and I'm holding my equity in cash currently. So yeah, it's been pretty great. Most of my money was made from AMD. I got out right before the earnings call, which was not very good for me because there was a 10% increase in the market, as you can see here. I believe the revenue increased quite a bit. They're making sales from the Epic and GPUs and CPUs, along with the lower taxes currently placed. As you can see, the actual EPS is 2 cents. So yeah, currently it's on a dip potentially. Still, yeah, dipped back from the $15 range down to $14.76. I might wait until it dips a little bit further to get back in, but I'm not too sure yet. I am going to look into the tomorrow and the following days to see whether or not this stock goes on sale or keeps on rising. I would say if it does bounce back up to this resistance of 1550 range, I would try to get in before that, before it makes or place a little bit of shares into that before it bounces all the way back up and breaks through even further. But overall, I believe most of the tech stocks are currently overvalued, even with NVDA, which is one of my go-to stocks. I invested in this one around 135 and already increased all the way up to 168 on a little dip right now. Could drop a little more, that's what I'm hoping for, but yeah, it's most likely gonna bounce back up to this resistance here of 169. But I don't see too much potential within the stock right now, unless there's a bigger correction, maybe down 20%, or maybe you could potentially short sell it. MU also had very good earnings calls, but it's on the dip for some reasons, downtrending the last couple of weeks. And look at the EPS, it beat the predictions, so hoping this would bounce back towards the 31, 32 range. So we'll see in the future if that has this potential. If we look at our penny stocks, we have DCTH. It's down quite a bit. It's been downtrending for the last couple of weeks. Maybe if I could find the support at around maybe 14-ish, yeah, so there's a high potential this stock could bounce back to this resistance of 16 to 17 cents, maybe 1 cent. I don't know if it's really worth it. It could even potentially bounce or drop all the way back down to even 2 cents. Yeah, there hasn't been any very news that might change the potential of the stock. Facebook also had an earnings call today, did very well, gained about 4% in the aftermarket earnings, all the way up to from 162 to 173. Actually, it closed around 165, so it made about $8 gain in aftermarket through the earnings calls, and it could even break through even higher. I believe this stock was on a dip previously, and it was plateauing out at a very around the 160, high 160, mid 160 range, where it plateaued out here for a while as well in the 150s. So, but yes, made over 20 cents more on the actual EPS. So I believe this stock should be breaking past 200 soon. If you guys have a lot of equity on hand, this may be a potential opportunity to make some great gains. PayPal also had an earnings call today. Went up only about 2%, 3 cents over the EPS, which is good, but it's still pretty amazing. That just means the company made millions more dollars than predicted. And over the week, it was on a downtrend, so this could be a good sign that it may be a potential buying opportunity. Very, very slow uptrend. Actually, not really. It's kind of on a large breakthrough right now. Potentially look for a dip and then buy back into it would be probably the best approach going forwards. MLP also had a very large dip in the current weeks, or the past few weeks. The past month, it dipped all the way from 27s to 16 and stabilizing out around the 16 range. Whether this will bounce back is very uncertain. I would say there's a very high chance that it will. Actually, maybe not. As you can see here from this range, they've been generating profits and doing very well in the company. Recently took a very large dip, and this may be a very good opportunity to buy, or it may even drop even further. But based on the 5 to 1 year window, I would say this has some potential. You can see it having a support line around the $17 range, 17, and has over 100% growth back to the dip of 20 in the 20s. So Netflix also be earning calls this week, so all the stocks are doing very well. As of right now, I'm pretty fearful of these, how overvalued some of these companies seem. So in the past week, this increased by 18% on a slight dip. Most of the people probably are selling at the top. Yeah. I would see I would say this company has very high potential to break the 200s in the next couple of months or so. In the in the past 5 years, it's up 2,000%, which is huge, and it's very I would say very likely, right? Very predictable. It's a very niche market. There's nothing like Netflix, and they're expanding to a global scale, and may even drive profits further through global businesses and adding innovation to their products, and as well as the expanding market and the film sector. I can see it having more and more potential and more growth. Another interesting stock that came up on my watch list was AAOI, an optics company, electro optics, with the technology. I see this beating earnings, predicted earnings, to maybe a couple cents up higher. And the fact that this company utilizes GPUs such as NVIDIA or AMD, a lot of the tech companies also benefit from this. So, as well as a lot of the biotech and the healthcare stock sectors, they have lots of potential with the growth of the technology, most specifically the graphics sector, that allows to provide better products and services for customers, and overall higher growth and potential in the coming future, as well as with autonomous driving. So I would say chipsets, CPUs, GPUs, and overall very very credible tech companies would have very high potential in the coming years. So I would say to keep an eye on that. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thought it to be useful. And if you all enjoyed, please support me. Please support the brand, the company, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care and happy trading, y'all.